Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 16 is entitled as Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga, the yoga of the divine and demonic nature. Sloka 21. Tri-vidhaṁ narakasyedaṁ dvāraṁ nāśanam ātmanaḥ kāmaḥ krodhas tathā lobhas tasmād etat trayaṁ tyajet. We heard in the past slokas that such people repeatedly take birth in demoniac nature and they keep going down and down in their consciousness. Now the question comes, what could be the cause of all these things? Is there any way we can shut down this repeated birth and death? Is there a door that can be closed? Answer is yes. There is not one door, there are 3 doors which are the pathway to the hellish condition. We know that the characteristic of the asuric nature deserves to be completely destroyed. But we need to know the root cause. So the root cause can be destroyed. Then automatically the demoniac nature will go away, and that is what's being explained in this sloka. This sloka mentions the root causes, the path that leads to such condition, such hellish condition. Let's learn the meaning of the sloka. Kāmaḥ, desire, krodhas, anger, tathā, as well as lobhas, greed. Tri-vidhaṁ etat, of 3 kinds, narakasya, to hell in the form of demoniac disposition as described earlier. dvāraṁ, gate, or being the cause, ātmanaḥ, to the self. nāśanam, will be the destroyer, tasmād, therefore. etat trayaṁ, these 3, tyajet, one should give up. There are 2 different patams, tyajet or tyaje. Tyaje is singular, that is only instructing to Arjuna. Tyajet is plural, that means the instruction is given to everyone. Translation: there are 3 gates leading to this hell: lust, anger, and greed. Every sane man should give these up, for they lead to the degradation of the soul. These 3 are considered to be the pathway or the main causes that leading to demoniac disposition, desire, anger, and greed. They can even destroy the very self. Therefore, the 3 to be completely gotten rid of. Narakasya, narakam means hell. Here narakasya means the demoniac nature itself called as hell, hellish condition. Of course, those who are asuric by nature are not going to accept that they are in hellish condition. Rather, they will think they are in a heavenly condition. It's natural. Those who are bad are not going to say they are bad. They are not going to realize they are bad. Narakasya. Here naraka does not refer to the narakaloka. We discussed that in detail in the 16th sloka of this chapter. This naraka is much more worst than those narakas that we saw. Those narakas are much more better than this hellish condition of being born as asura. Why? Because in the naraka, in the hell, one gets punished and his bad karma is nullified. Whereas being born into the hellish condition of asuric mentality is way dangerous, because one accumulates more bad karma which cannot be avoided. So in the actual hell, one's karma is being reduced by punishment, by being born as a demon, one accumulates more karmas. Therefore, this is severe hellish condition than to the actual health. At least in the Narakaloka, we can for sure realize that we are suffering for our mistakes. We repent for that. We want to escape from such condition. But being born as Asura, one never realizes that they are suffering, they are making mistakes, nor they ever think that they want to escape from being in such condition. Rather, one thinks they are happy in this world. They are having the best life compared to anyone else. Whereas in reality, it is considered a worse life, which will not be realized by such people. Dvāraṁ. Dvāraṁ literally means gates, but here dvāraṁ means path, that is the cause. The hellish condition of repeated birth into demoniac mentality is picturized here as naraka, hell, and that which leads to that naraka is picturized as doors to that naraka, dvāraṁ. That means the cause that one gets into the naraka, hellish condition, is picturized as dvāraṁ. It is said here that there cannot be a greater destroyer than these gates for one's self. Therefore, dvāraṁ means cause. ātmanaḥ nāśanam, that which can destroy the self. Atma. We have learned that Atma cannot be destroyed, cannot be cut into pieces, cannot be burned, cannot be withered. So what it means by ātmanaḥ nāśanam is preventing one to have self-realization, that which can prevent the self being perceived forever. The self is eternal and imperishable. Here nāśanam means which can prevent vision of the self forever. Killing one's ability to serve Lord is ātmanaḥ. In other words, being blind to the self, Atma, is hell. That is, once we don't see that Atma, once we don't realize that we are Atma, then obviously we are going to consider ourselves to be the body. Once we consider ourselves to be the body, then all the thoughts, words and action are going to be towards satisfying this body. To satisfy one's body, one may start getting into any kinds of activities that are not recommended in the scriptures and go against the will of the Lord. Therefore it is said that the cause of ātmanaḥ are these three things: kāma, krodha and lobha. And these are the doors to the hell which makes one enter into the hellish condition. We have learnt about these three in detail, starting off this chapter in the first 4 slokas when we discuss about the qualities of divine and demoniac. We won't be spending much time on these three here. Let's quickly go over these three gates. Kāmaḥ, the craving for enjoyment of sense objects, the state of feeling that this enjoyment is unavoidable. That is kāmaḥ. Krodhas, when the desire to enjoy is blocked, one gets frustrated, and that changes into krodha, anger towards those obstacles. It could be an object, it could be a person. So that is krodha. It manifests through exercising violence upon people, objects nearby, abusing, etc. And lobhas, unwillingness to give charity to deserving people, even though one has plenty of wealth. Lobhas, greed, which is not willing to spend their wealth for others, for good causes, but wanting to accumulate more and more, thinking those things that are not ours to be ours, wanting the wealth of the world. It is declared in the Upanishad that Devas have no modesty, the Asuras have no compassion, and the humans have no willingness to give. Etat trayaṁ tyajet. These three factors, kāmaḥ, krodhas, lobhas, being the main causes leading to terrible hell, they are to be tyajet, given up altogether. As we saw earlier, the well-known hells that we saw in the 16th Sloka, Tamishra, Antatamishra, Raurava, Maharaurava, Kumbhipaka, all these different hells will surely wipe off one's sins as they get punished. But the hell in the form of asuric nature increases one's sins. Hence, this hell is even more terrible. So, once these three doors, the causes, are closed, destroyed, then the effect will not take place. Effect is being born into demoniac nature will not take place. In the next verse, Krishna explains what benefits that flows if these three factors are given up. Tri-vidhaṁ narakasyedaṁ dvāraṁ nāśanam ātmanaḥ kāmaḥ krodhas tathā lobhas tasmād etat trayaṁ tyajet. Namaste. Hare Krishna.